Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your lead Scentsy consultant. So today I have for you my July melting basket for the month. And you know what? I have been thinking a lot lately about bars that I crave, and although some of this is more like transitional and into the fall winter, I do have a lot of spring summer scents and a few mixes that I rely on as I get kind of bored with the beginning of summer and spring scents, and I'm starting to think maybe a little bit about fall even though it's July. And just some things here where I may not melt them a lot, but when I want them, this is what I reach for, and it just kind of gives me a fix, like a craving, which, of course, the best sort of craving is when you go and you get a perfect pastry or that wonderful steak or whatever it is. So I'm trying to sort of recreate that type of an experience here with favorite melts that I reach for once in a while. My July melting basket, the scents that I crave. So let's get started with the one that I think is the most craveable scent that I personally have in my collection, and that is Stroop Waffle Delight. This bar is only in my quarterly club. I wish I had it bi-monthly so that I could melt it more, but this is one of those scents that when I want it, and then I'm sort of good for a while because it is so incredibly strong. So this bar is primarily a fall-winter scent for me. It is a beautiful Stroop waffle cookie dripping with butter and a tiny bit of cinnamon sugar. It's extremely strong, it's extremely assertive, and it makes your house smell almost like the mall pretzel type of an experience, the Auntie Annie's or even the Cinnabon sort of. It's just got that kind of a scent, which is what I think makes it so powerfully craveable for me. So I wanted to put this at the absolute top of my list any time of the year, even though it's a little bit more fall winter than not. And I have tried to include mostly spring summer because this is a July melting basket. I think though that the fall winter scents in general and the sweeter, more bakery or spice type scents, that those have a craveability factor, or anything that's sort of like a treat kind of a deal, more than any other scent. There are a few here that are fresh, there are a couple here that are floral, but a lot of these are more of a bakery or a fall cuddly type smell. So the next one that is on my list isn't any of those. This is a bar that I only want to melt a couple times a year, but when I want my fix, I want my fix, and that is Circle of Life from the Lion King. This is a very assertive, woody summertime bar, and it's like Africa to me. It's just what I think of, and it is extremely, extremely sharp. It has lots of sandalwood. It has almost like a sharp coconutiness. It's not sweet and round. It's a different kind of a scent. I think it's got a lot of amber in here and some vanilla, but I really enjoy it. But again, it's one where I get my fix and then I only need a few cubes of that every 6 months. So then the next one is going to be a similar one, and I do sometimes do these in alternate warmers, Coastal Sunset. This is an amazing bar. This is a bar that is currently in the catalog, and it is really, really good, but I only melt a couple bars of Coastal Sunset a year because, and this is smoother, more mellow than Circle of Life. It's strong, it's opinionated, musky coconut, and this amethyst amber. It's really good, but I'm good after I've had my couple of melts for the season. The next one that's in here is a bar where I only want this once in a blue moon. This is my last bar, and I have a brick which is probably going to last me for, 4 or 5 years, and that is the discontinued, except for in Scentsy Club, Sea Salt and Avocado. This is an interesting smell. It is avocado creaminess, a little bit of Valencia orange, and just a pinch of sea salt. It's really good, but this is kind of one of those bars where I can't do alternate warmers with much of anything. This kind of has to go all by itself in a large space. And I will put this in my basement more than anywhere else, but I just don't tend to reach for this a lot. But that one morning where you wake up and you want sea salt and avocado, it better be in your collection. So it's just a really nice, warm, green, creamy, interesting, fresh smell, and it's really, really unique and definitely craveable. The next one that's on my list is probably a bedroom warm or a small space warm, and I haven't melted it a lot yet this year, but when I want it, and that is Aloha Citrus. This is beautiful, you guys. This is one of the few florals where I think it is so distinct that there are days when I want it and I don't want anything else. This has vetiver, jade blossom, and a hint of citrus. It's very light, it's very tropical, but it is really, really unique. Nothing else can sub in for this, and that's kind of how I felt about all of these bars that I have, or the mixes that I have here. When I want that and nothing else, and there probably isn't going to be another bar in my collection that can fill in and be just as good. So it's Aloha Citrus. If you haven't tried that, if you have smaller spaces that you want light, pleasant 2 or 3 day scent, try Aloha Citrus. It's really, really beautiful, and I think it's passed over a lot. Now here's another bar where I will want this once in a blue moon, but again, that morning, man, do I want it. And that is the gorgeous Pink Haze. This is a bar I think a lot of people would melt constantly, but I'm not really into these sort of sweet, gooey, almost more like body care gourmand scents. And I know Love and Happiness is probably in the same category, and I melt that a lot. So the bars that are in this particular melting basket are ones that I don't tend to reach for all the time. Because I do have my all the time craveables like apple butter frosting, Love and Happiness, cashmere and corduroy. But those are so common, and I put them in so many of my baskets. I was trying to talk to you guys about things that I may not mention often, that are very distinctive. So I feel like Pink Haze is one of those. There's nothing else like it. The nectarines and the sort of fondant marshmallowiness and the berries, it's gorgeous, and it is its own scent. And I tend to melt that a lot in February, or sometimes in the middle of summer where I'm sick of all of the fruity tropical cocktail stuff. Lemon Coconut Chiffon. Now, I put this in my bi-monthly club, not knowing how much I was going to go through it. I wish that I could put it in my quarterly, because so good though. I'm getting probably more than I'm going to use in a year, but I don't dare take it out, because this is one of those bars. There is nothing like this anywhere else, not even in other companies. I mean, maybe if you're into vendor wax, tell me what else is like Lemon Coconut Chiffon, but there ain't nothing like this in Scentsy or in any candle I've ever smelled. The coconut and the custardiness, like I'm talking myself into warming this tomorrow. Oh, that's good, and when you want it, you want it. So then the next couple that I have here are very distinctive scents. This is one that I only melt in the spring, and I think I might have only melted it one day this spring, and that is Sunsoaked Petals, which is also retired. Wow, this is a distinctive bar. This smells like a field of daffodils. Oh, it's so happy, sunshiny day in spring out in the grass. That's what this smells like. I know it has currant, it's got watermint, it has some very unique notes. I have 4 or 5 of these, and I didn't club it because I knew it was going to be discontinued, but I also knew I'm going to go through 3 cubes a year. It's going to last me a long time, my stash, but that is a bar where I will be very sad when I don't have any more of it, because it's so distinctive and unique, and when you want it, you want it. The next one is a bar that I melt very infrequently because it's so strong, but it's one I crave in the summertime, usually in July and August, and that is Stargazing. This is a very laundry scent, but it's very summery because this has cotton. Oh, it's so beautiful. And it has Stargazer Lily, which is a very summer smell, and it's very elegant. I love it. And again, you enjoy it for your day, and it is so assertive. You're like, you can go back in the closet for 6 months. I'll talk to you later. Here is one that I also like to do in bedrooms, and I might warm it more than some of the others that are in this melting basket. That is the lovely Summer Rain. I don't tend to go through tons of it. It's in my quarterly club. It's so pretty. It's similar to Mahalo Coconut, but it's more watery. And the longer that I have different bars to compare, I've always loved Mahalo Coconut, and I still do, but I think that Summer Rain and Stitch, they're kind of on either side of the scale of those. I like both of those maybe even better than Mahalo Coconut at this point. I like them all, but there is a uniqueness to this bar with its cyclamen, its black lava salt, and it's just gentle, warm, rainy smell. I really, really enjoy it, and that is such a good one. The next one here is actually a mix, because either of these bars, especially the watermelon tangerine, I'll melt these just whenever I want them. Watermelon tangerine and lemon sorbet. And I've liked lemon sorbet better this year, but this combo, if I don't have this specific pairing, I do not get the fix I need for the craving for watermelon lemonade. These two together, it has to be lemon sorbet and it has to be watermelon tangerine. This mix is my favorite hot summer day watermelon lemonade mixture. And everybody's got their own when it comes to watermelon lemonade. Some people swear by watermelon wave. Some people swear by watermelon patch. Some people like the watermelon mint mixed with other things. For me, it has to be our current catalog watermelon tangerine and our current catalog lemon sorbet. And then it is pitch perfect. The iciness and the sweetness of these two together. Like, I've tried mixing Squeeze the Day with other watermelon scents. I just don't like it as well. This is my mix. So that was one of those. Here's another one that's a mix where these are the two that make a perfect combination. This is more of a transition mix into August, where I'm really, really wanting fall, but I'm trying to not spoil the heavy fall scents for, later in the year, not using them too early. And that is Gimme Candy, which you guys have not seen hide nor hair of in months. This was September's scent of the month last year. I would be really shocked if this doesn't go into our fall winter catalog, because this thing, everybody loved it. All by itself, I don't really love this bar. I mean, it's nice. It smells like candy corn. It smells like really syrupy caramel sugar, really light. But when you mix this with another bar that by itself I don't use a lot, which is Johnny Appleseed. Now, Johnny Appleseed's amazing. It is so intense, so strong. You put a couple cubes of Johnny in your house, that's all you're smelling for days. But somehow, you put these 1 cube to 1 cube, or even 2 of Gimme Candy to 1 of Johnny Appleseed in a warmer, it's amazing. And it is exactly the type of smell that in August I crave. So I wanted to tell you guys about this. If anybody can get their hands on Gimme Candy, please try this. Or it's good with a peeling apple too, but the Johnny Appleseed is just the perfect combination to get that late summer, early fall, almost like a baked good farm type smell, but without too much of the heaviness of fall. It's amazing. Anyway, I'm going on and on. Then here is an interesting mix that I'm pretty sure I need to take a sip here. I can credit to Hannah Blazon, and because of her, I fell in love with one of these two bars. Vanilla Waves, which is in my club, and I know for many of you this was something that you mourned because you can't get it anymore, but she said to mix Vanilla Waves with Bonfire Beach. Now, Bonfire Beach is amazing by itself. Now I think that Vanilla Waves is amazing by itself, but together, last summer, I mixed these 1 cube to 1 cube in a warmer, and all of a sudden I fell in love with Vanilla Waves. So this is one of those rock star combination warms. If you don't have this, it's amazing if you do Bonfire Beach and Toasted Marshmallow together, but that's even harder to find, I think, at this point. So if you can get your hands on these two, mix them. This is the perfect July and August at the beach. It's still summer, but it's not like too tropical, so I'm not over it yet kind of deal. Amazing, amazing, amazing mix. Very craveable. Okay, so the next couple are fruity scents, hard-hitting fruity scents, where I'm not telling you to mix them, but these are both, I wake up in the morning and I want these, and for me, fruit is one of the lower categories for craveability. Ruby Nectarine. I have loved this bar all season long, and it's a heavy hitter, and I haven't wanted to melt it for 2 or 3 weeks, but I'm sure I'm going to get the urge again soon. This is so distinctive and juicy, and it just fills that, like, we actually have nectarines on the counter right now, good ones. That bar is like biting into a big juicy nectarine. It's so, so good. The throw is incredible. And then here's the other one from the new releases. Mango Matcha. This is a craveable bar. It's distinctive. That is the thing about all of these. They are their own bar or their own mix, and ain't nothing else is going to fill in that void. And I know I keep saying it, but that's what this whole video is about. So Mango Matcha, this is such a wonderful combination of notes. I feel like it almost has a basil quality, which is not in the notes, but you take the matcha, the salted cucumber, and the mango, and it's just out of this world. So there's nothing like it. I have to melt this when I want it, and I really actually like this in alternate warmers with banana leaf and bamboo, which is also a new one, but I didn't put that in here because I like it, but I don't love it. But alternate warmers of that with mango matcha, that's craveable too. Okay, here's another one kind of like Pink Haze, where I really like it, but only a couple times a year. This is retired. This is Pink Sugarberry Mint, and I do tend to reach for this more in the winter, even though I think it's supposed to be a spring summer bar. It's so distinctive. It's this sweet cotton candy scent with some raspberry and the tiniest kiss of mint. It is so good, nice and strong, goes for days. That one really gives me like my happy kid at the fair candy sort of a scent. Now the next one, this is a very good bakery scent, and for spring summer, Red, White, and Berry Pie. It's not in my club because I don't go through as much as another bar I'm going to show you that's more like the transition group that I'm going to do at the end that sort of pushes into fall. This Red, White, and Berry Pie though, when you want it, you want it. And it is so good. It has the best, most cherry pie smell we've ever done from Scentsy that I've ever smelled. It's amazing. And I have 5 or 6 of these. Kind of like Sunsoaked Petals, it's such a distinct scent. I don't go through a ton of it. Oh, is this happy, you guys. And this is really good in alternate warmers with something like churro churro or oats and honey. And this bar is one of my favorites to give me that summertime at the fair. When I did my original video for that bar, I went to the best bakery in town and I bought myself a mini cherry pie because I had to have it when I was reviewing this. That's how craveable that bar was. I had to have real cherry pie or that was going to make me unhappy. So, all right, the next one that's in here is a August scent. I truly do not melt this anytime except late summer. So I crave Here Comes the Sunflowers pretty much late July, early August, and early September. And they nailed this. If you guys have ever smelled a field of sunflowers, this has that scent plus the musk plus the strawberry. It's amazing. And it is so, so good as a late summer floral, but it's musky and it's fruity and it has so much depth. It's just a great bar. And I don't tend to reach for it the rest of the year because I don't want to spoil that special, special transitional season for me in my home. And the next one is a summer craveable bar. I have melted this more this year than I thought I was going to. That is Kukui and Coconut. But this is a scent where I wake up in the morning and I'm like, that's what I want. I don't want anything else. It's just so good. So if you guys haven't tried this, this is one of the few like summer bars. We're going into July. Do this one. And if you haven't ever tried Bonfire Beach, even by itself, because it's amazing on its own, try Bonfire Beach, try Kukui and Coconut. What else do we have here that is summertime specific? Try Aloha Citrus or try Lemon Sorbet and Watermelon Tangerine. They're both great on their own, but try those together. So the next on my list is, now I wasn't going to put this in here. I thought that it might be crave worthy, but then I talked to one of my kids. My favorite spring summer scent, which is retired, even though it's my favorite, I don't tend to warm it that often. And that is the beautiful Summer Holiday. This bar is its own smell. And again, when you want it, you want it. It's elegant, it's light, it's got oranges, tiger lily, amber, and vanilla, I think, and so many other things. This is kind of like Endless Weekend from Bath & Body Works. Absolutely gorgeous. Transporting bar. I'll use it for a couple days in the house. And then part of with that one is because I don't want to wear out my welcome because I do love it so much. I'll put it away and then get it out again in a couple months. The next one that's on my list is actually July's scent of the month. So you guys should be able to get this July 1st. This Tahitian Twilight is unique. It's beautiful. And I can see this being a crave-worthy bar in the future. It's got passion flower, pineapple, some woods, and this beautiful, like, clear crystal ocean water. It's totally addictive. I think you guys are going to fall in love with this, and you're going to club it, and you're going to want more and more. So then here are my transition bars. Obviously, Stroop Waffle is a fall bar, but when I just have a cozy rainy day, Perk Me Up mixed with salted caramel cupcake, and if you don't have that, is good with also toffee butter crunch. It's good with salted caramel. What is the salted caramel one from the last catalog? Anything that has salt and caramel and chocolate to go with Perk Me Up. It's just a home run. It makes a perfect coffee shop caramel latte. And for me, these two specifically, the salted caramel cupcake and the Perk Me Up, last a long time. And it's just totally crave-worthy any time of the year. So after the combination of salted caramel cupcake and our wonderful Perk Me Up, and it would be great with the salted caramel toffee or any of the other scents, as I already said, I have a few things that are sort of transitional from late summer into early fall that are definitely craveable bars. So the next one that I have on my list is similar to Red, White, and Berry Pie, but I like this better early fall, and that is Apple Cherry Strudel. Now this is a bar that doesn't have the greatest performance, but the scent is just so craveable. So it really, really smells like the flakiest cherry turnover with a little bit of apple and just the tiniest hint of spice. And it is just one of those bars that I get my fix. And then I do melt this more than some of the other things I put in this basket, but it's one that is distinctive and I don't reach for it like every week. So next is a bar that is one of my absolute favorites, and I melt this year round, but it's definitely a bar that I crave, and it is the very distinctive Cozy Chai. Right up there with Cozy Fireside as far as things I love, but this one, this is just like that pitch perfect cozy factor bar. And it just has the richness from the chai latte and the spices. And they say that there's caramel in the notes when you look at Scentsi's description of this bar. It is such a classic. It throws so well. This is one of the best performers as far as longevity and scent in this whole basket. and I never get sick of it, but I melt it more often than some here, but it's really one where I want it to be a special day when I get this bar out, and it's so good. So another one where this is probably only an August and September melt for me is Apple S'mores. This is a weird bar, but it's good when you just want that very unique and specific scent profile. So this has coconut milk, marshmallow, graham cracker, apple, and cedar. Talk about weird. But it's really good, and when you want it, you want it, and this is a fantastic bar for that moody early fall time of the year that can't decide whether it's still summer or it's peeking into the next season of fall. So, so good. Great, unusual bar. Really, this is another one that I think we should get voted in to bring back my bar in the next couple years, because this has a distinct following. And a lot of people don't like it, but man, those of us that do, we really, really need our fix of apple s'mores. So next is a scent that was new fall-winter last year. New release, White Amber and Silk. This is not a bar, again, that I'm going to melt a lot of, but about 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago, I wanted some White Amber and Silk. And it was beautiful, and this has aged quite well. Some of my trouble with this last year was I wasn't sure if I could smell it as well as I wanted to. It's got this absolutely gorgeous, elegant, light laundry scent with an ambery, and I know silk doesn't have a smell, but it smells silky to me. It is so good. I would love to see this as our new laundry scent this fall. I have no idea if that's something that's going to be a reality, but I would definitely put this on my sheets. The amber and just the more sophisticated type laundry scent. It's not like cuddly dryer sheets. This is more like sophisticated ladies' elegant closet, light, lingering laundry aroma. Absolutely gorgeous and very craveable. So then my last two bars are heavy hitters for fall, but on rainy, drizzly days all throughout the spring and summer, I will still reach for these if I want a cozy, just a cuddly factor, and they're very craveable and distinctive. First one is around the campfire. This is a bar you can mix with all sorts of things. You can mix it with toasted marshmallow. You can mix it with sugar. I just found out you can mix this with painted leaves, and it's amazing. But all by itself, this is one I definitely crave. And August is the best time to just start pulling this out because you get those late summer bonfires where it gets just a little bit chilly in the air and the leaves start to turn like late August, early September here in Michigan. We have this really sappy tradition, my husband and I. There's this huge maple tree in our backyard. We always look for the first red leaf of fall, which around our area is early August and it's not really fall yet. But anyway, makes me think of this bar because we tend, as it gets a little bit more mellow, late August, early September, to have more bonfires and things in the backyard than in the middle of the summer when it's just sweltering and sticky and nasty. And a bar like around the campfire definitely makes me think of that time of the year, and I crave it. And then last but not least is a scent that my younger daughter and I will melt all year long, although it is definitely more of an early fall smell, and that is Autumn Hearth. This is a great transitional scent, and it is so cozy. It's the best cinnamon apple scent I think Scentsy makes. The white pumpkin that's in apple and cinnamon sticks, that's along with a little bit of oak and the apple and the cinnamon. That one almost reads to me more dry and a little bit biting than I prefer with apple cinnamon. I still buy apple and cinnamon sticks, but I don't tend to love it as much or as often as I love Autumn Hearth, which is totally craveable. And I guess in a sense it's not fair because apple and cinnamon sticks is something I will only reach for once in a while, so it has its own craveability factor, but I love this one, and it gives me all the early fall feels. Tonka bean, a little bit of smoldery embers, apple and cinnamon in the most amazing way. So that is a whole bunch of bars that I and my family would consider to have craveability factor. I would love to know what are the ones that you reach for less often than others, but when you need them, you need them. Have a great day, guys, and I hope that this melting basket was entertaining. I don't really know how much of this I'll melt in July. Definitely like my Bonfire Beach, my Vanilla Waves, my Here Comes the Sunflowers. I'll probably wait till the end of the month, but it was a super fun idea, and I really enjoy fun content for the melting basket that all has a theme. That's just kind of how I think. So hope it was good for you too. God bless. Bye-bye.